Hello, everyone. This is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio, and I want to welcome you to today's live stream. We're going to be learning It's You I Like from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the incomparable Mr. Rogers. Rest in peace. It's been a while anyway. What am I talking about? All right, anyway, you can find sheet music in the cards and also the video description below. And also make sure that, and yeah, pick up the sheet music, by the way. People try to learn everything by ear. That's not necessary all the time. It's a cool skill to have, but it's not like you have to depend on that, right? Uh, so once you understand the things I'm showing you in this lesson here, by the way, these are all the same concepts I teach in all the lessons. And sometimes I learn new stuff, which is cool too, which is why you want to be watching my new lessons anyway. If you want to test out the concepts and see if you are learning this stuff like on your own instead of just depending on this all the time, you can check out the tutorial as well. Links will be in cards and description. Because once you're able to use the tutorial without any instruction from me, then that's a good sign that you really are understanding the things that I'm showing you in these lessons. It's my goal as a teacher to kind of give my students the skills they need that they actually don't need me. You can think of it as the often used expression, teaching yourself out of a job, right? Okay. Now, before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also if you want to catch when I go live, that notification bell as well, the gear icon reminder, whatever that thing looks like. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get started. This is It's You I Like. Let me give you the introduction and figure out how far it goes. Whoa. Okay, a bit of a warm up there. So we're going all the way to the bottom of the page, and we're gonna stop at the way you are right now. That's how I hear this first section. So first principle I'm teaching you here is do practice part by part. You can call it small chunking. So this is the first chunk we'll take. Let me play that one more time. All right. As you're playing this, if you take one hand at a time here, you really want to voice the top melody. So even though I'm playing these extra notes on the bottom, you can hear that melody clearly. Now, tough parts are these jumps, not the things you wear. So that's something you're gonna need to work on. Voicing, we call it like it's kind of like matching the tone. A good way to tell if you're doing it the right way is, can you just take the melody note by itself? And then if you play the same way, that is the challenge there, okay? But that's kind of an advanced concept. If this is your first time doing something like this, then you're probably not gonna get it on this first try, but learn it as you go forward. It's really hard to do. One concept that might help you guys with this is advanced finger independence. I actually have a video on that. Finger independence. So if you make your fingers a bit more independent, I guess it's giving each finger more control. So with more control, you can really help the voicing come out here. Anyway, all right, now if we look at the left hand, simple bass pattern. Basically B flat, C, F, C, F, D. Basically a F major 7th, D, G, E flat. Now, if you're looking here, if you have the music, you can see that they lay the harmonies out for you. So It's just basically the bass note of the harmony. We have B flat major 7th is saying here, another B flat major harmony, C minor, F major, C minor, F major, then the 7th, D minor, G minor, E flat. So if you're looking with the music, if you're having a hard time reading it, I don't know why you would. It's just like one note. But anyway, you can see the harmony is laid out for you, and you're playing the. So far, we're using the bass note for each the root note for each harmony. So E flat major 7. I mean, if you want to read this, but anyway, E flat major, A minor, D minor, G minor, C minor, F major. You see that? Okay. Anyway, if you have the music, you know what I'm talking about. That's enough explanation. So you can technically use that for each page that you're practicing here. All right. So let me show you left hand again. It's just a B flat, C minor, F major, C minor, F major, 7th, D minor, G minor, E flat. That's where we're stopping. Okay. Now let me show you the right hand one more time. Definitely use a lot of pedal to connect the melody. If you are able to, that is. Okay. Try that with me if you can. All right, ready, go. Alright, now back to both hands, and then I am purposely playing for you guys so you can just sit back and listen and watch, because when you're practicing, and you're, especially if you're new to this, then observation, you should be like watching and studying these videos as much as practicing it, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and try it together. Ready, go. Alright, now I'm gonna say a quick word about repetitions. I haven't said anything yet, but the traditional method is actually not necessary. Say traditionally, you say do as many times as you need to do until you get it right, like getting it perfect the first time, right? Not the first time, but let's say like 10 times in a row perfectly and all that. That's actually not true. It's an idea that's called spaced repetition. Look it up online. You can Google it, because this could take like a whole hour for me explaining it. But basically, the simple process is you try it once now, or you could try a few times now. Okay, it's getting a little bit better. You don't have to keep going. You don't have to try to break through the wall. What happens is you just try it a few times, you practice something else, or you do something else, or if that's the end of your session, then you don't even practice it again. Then you come back to it later on in the session, or even the next day if you'd like. So let's say this first part, let's say I'm kind of struggling with it. I play it a few times, hands separate, hands together, and then I'll just leave it alone, practice something else, and then come back to it again later and try it once more. It's more effective than doing it 10 times in a row. So that is spaced repetition in a nutshell. All right, next part. Page turn. And we'll stop at the second page, but it's you. Okay, let's go back. I'll show you the right hand. Alright, now, before I go back, I'm actually going to just play a melody for you guys so you can really listen to the to how the melody goes, to really voice it correctly when you're doing all notes together. Look at that last part, they're just beside you. Side you. So I'm holding these notes on the bottom. That's actually really hard to do, okay? This also has to do with finger independence where you can kind of control the other notes and other, like you're playing the other notes like I'm doing right here, and I can just do one finger at a time. This actually, if you're not used to it, it will take years and years to develop. So if you can't get in one lesson, don't stress out about it, okay? So I don't know if it's totally necessary. You could even do like a chord if you want. But this is incredibly difficult to do. Doesn't look so, but it is, okay? Anyway, let's go back. Let me show you how just the melody goes. Okay, now I'm going back with the right hand. I'll show you all the notes. See if you can hear the melody at the same time, if I'm playing it correctly as well. Flip the page here. Okay, so try it with me if you can. First page, the way you are right now. Ready, go. Okay, now here is the left hand. I like this descending pattern, it's really cool. So it's just going down by fifths. I want to see if you can figure out what's going on here. You see how many harmonies we went through there. E flat major, okay, E flat, A minor, D minor, G minor, C minor, F major, B flat major, E flat major, A minor again, D flat major, G minor. We're still in G minor. There's a C on the bottom, and back to F major, and then the song starts. Well, no, yeah. I think that's actually the actual start of it. This should just be like it. So you can kind of consider this whole entire page like an introduction. So that's really where it starts. So you see all of these kind of harmonies it goes through. It's really cool. It's a descending fifth pattern. See that? It's like circle of fifths if you want to think of that one. Okay, so that's basically in the left hand in a nutshell. That's a good way to practice it. Just note by note. I don't think you necessarily need to count all this all the way. And that is the basic pattern. Alright, let me show you both hands again. And it's going to be an awkward page turn here. Try that with me together if you can. The way you are right now. Ready, go. Okay, this is about halfway of the song. It's pretty short and sweet. Now, we're going to go back to the beginning and put this together. So the first two parts, which make up the entire introduction, at least the way I hear it, this whole thing has been an introduction. It's a very short song anyway. So we're going to put it together. So we have part one of the intro, part two of the intro. Now we're going to do all at the same time. I'm going to play both hands separate, and then hands together again. back. Here's the right hand. Try with me if you can. All the way from the beginning. Ready, go. Oh, sorry, that's wrong note. One more time. Ready, go. Right, now let's go back. We're just gonna do the left hand. And you know, here's how I practice this when let's say one of the parts the notes are a longer value, like there's just a bunch of whole notes and half notes. So what I do is I just cut it in half. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll just count 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're speeding up the entire left hand here to also, you know, not only does this make practice more efficient, because you kind of, one principle practice that I really adhere to is that you make your practice harder than the actual music. So that's one thing. But you also save time at the same time. Okay? Alright, so here's the left hand. Ready, go. So how did you do? It's a little weird, I'll admit, but once you practice this way, you really enjoy it after a while. All right, now I'm gonna show you both hands. Let's try it together if possible now. Just kind of mixing things up. So it's really up to you if you want to, when to decide to listen to this part, or just try it, or even try it with the video at the same time, kind of like just follow along here. So like all the stuff I'm teaching you here, I'm hoping that you go over to the tutorial after this lesson is over and test out these concepts, okay? All right. Ready, go. Alright, so on to the next part of the song. Whoa. Alright, we'll stop it right there. Having a kind of interesting time sight reading this piece. Okay, let's go back. Let me show you the right hand, but it's you, and we stopped at I hope you'll remember. That measure on the next page, okay? Yeah, I remember this. It's kind of tough. So here, the way I voice it, I go pinky, pinky, because this, it's kind of awkward on the bottom. And then also, to be honest, you know, with music like this, especially it's like a jazzy type of arrangement, feel free to, you know, change the notes to whatever you want. So here, actually, if I were teaching this to my student, in the tutorial, I'm just going note by note. I'm trying to be as faithful as possible to the actual music. But if I were to teach my student this, I'll probably leave out a few notes here and there. This is fine. Instead of minor, we're going to major. Anyway, so yeah, take that for what it's worth. Even if you go back to this, to the intro that we did, you can leave out notes here and there. It's like no one will miss them. Trust me. All right, here's "But It's You." Listen to what he does right here. Whether old or new, you're expecting this. but guess what? Minor. So that's definitely a note that you really want to highlight. Anyway, chart with me together, but it's you. This is the second page. Ready, go. That's cool. Okay, I'll show you a left hand. And I'm going twice as fast again. So it's still kind of like this fifth pattern in a sense. So you see that again? Cool. And then was it your feelings? Nice use of chromaticism, chromatic. So that's pretty cool. All right, now let's try it together, but it's you. Left hand, and then again, remember these are longer note values, so we're gonna speed them up twice as much. So instead of playing in 1, 2, 3, 4, we're just doing one beat on those half notes. Okay, ready, go. All right, back to both hands. Cool, let's try it together, but it's you I like. Ready, go. Alright, so make sure you stick around for the very quick recap at the end just to cover all the stuff that we worked on today, some of the concepts and how to practice. But by the way, if you are enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Lets me know that I'm kind of doing my job well, that you guys are enjoying these lessons. If you find it valuable and it's been helping you to understand this piece better and learn it, then go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you know anyone who's a fan of Mr. Rogers, share this video with them as well, okay? Alright, here's the last part. I hope you'll remember. Okay, so that's the last part here. Let's just go back to right hand. Whoa, wrong harmony, sorry about that. Okay. So, what was I about to say? Same thing here. That is you like last page. More just like note holding going on. Again, if it's too hard, you can just like all chords are just one note. Okay, if that's really hard to do, then don't worry about that. Yeah, because it is difficult. Okay, let's go back. Let's try right hand now. I hope that you'll remember last part. Ready, go. Alright, left hand. Now I'm going to speed it up. I hope that you'll remember. Okay, simple bass line pattern there. Let's try it together. Ready, go. Okay, try with me. Ready, go. Don't mind that. Alright, so that's the last part of this. The second half of it, actually. We're gonna go back and put it together from But It's You. And then that's the entire song. So that's about halfway. So we have about 4 sections in this entire song. Once again, make sure you stick around to the recap. So I'll go over all of that at the end. Okay, But It's You I Like. We're gonna back it up. Alright, try it with me. Right hand if you can. Ready, go. This is from But It's You from page 2. Ready, go. Okay, left hand, same idea, we're gonna speed it up. Alright, ready, go. Okay, now both hands, But It's You I Like, and that's the end of this lesson. Ready, go. Okay, might have missed a couple notes there. Sorry about that. My bad. Anyway, that's it for today's lesson. Here's the recap. So make sure you practice in small sections at a time. First section goes from the beginning. And we have to go words here because they don't give you measure numbers. So it's the beginning and then not your toys. They're just beside you. But it's you. So when you stop at they're just beside you, but it's you. That's the second page. That's where this intro ends. And this introduction has 2 different parts, so you could just go all the way to the bottom from the beginning. Let me say the words real quick. It's you I like is not the things you wear, it's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. That's the end of the first section of the intro. Next part, the way you are right now, the way deep inside you, not the things that hide you, not your toys, they're just beside you. That's the end of that's the second part of the introduction. That's it. And then you're gonna put that together from the beginning. You're gonna chunk it together. There's 2 parts to that intro. Then the last part of the song, But It's You I Like, every part of you, your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. That's the first part. That's the last part. Okay. Then I hope that you'll remember all the way to the end is the last part. So that's the last quarter, if you want to think of it that way. Then you're gonna put it together from But It's You I Like. So that's about half of the song. And then when you're going for a performance, doing the whole entire thing. And of course, you need to check out the tutorial to see what it sounds like and hear what it sounds like from the beginning to the end, especially if you're doing something for performance. Now, other concept is to, well, not a concept, but just use common sense. Do a lot of hand step practice if needed. Okay, don't just do both hands right away if you're not able to. The other important thing we talked about was spaced repetition. You really want you to take some time to understand this concept. Could be the most important thing you learn not only with piano, but just like learning. Whatever it is you're practicing. This whole idea of doing 100 times in a row is a myth. It's not really a good way to practice. Look up spaced repetition, just spacing out your practice attempts, whatever section it is that you are practicing, okay? And the challenges with this one are all these jumps from chord to chord, like, okay, where's another one? That one's okay. But these little jumps, let me see, from here, actually here's one. So you have to get used to doing a lot of jumps if you want to go note by note. But like I was saying in the lesson, I don't think it's necessary to play every single note correctly. Not correctly, but the way it's written. Because I don't even know if that's really good use of piano. How do I say it? It's not written well pianistically, okay? So if I were to arrange this, instead of doing this, I would just do this. Or even take this with the left hand. Some of those, you can definitely take some notes out or rearrange the notes like a different inversion. But, you know, I don't think it's a rule set in stone that you have to play all the notes here completely written the way it is on the score. It should just be guidelines. And, you know, if you're trying to do something with improvisation, these are like good sheets to have because it shows you the entire harmony from measure to measure, okay? All right, so that's about it. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe now so you can catch when these lessons go live, and you can also keep up to date with my video tutorials. Really enjoyed teaching you guys. Thanks for watching this entire video. I appreciate your time. Hope to see you guys next time, and happy practice.